What's he going to say? This is bad as politics, for heaven's sakes. Wives, look what he says. Be subject to your own husbands as is becoming to the Lord. And the word there, hupotasso, it means put yourself under. Now hold on, girls, hold on. Don't stone me, okay? That's what the word means. It means put yourself under, hupotasso. Now you're going to be encouraged, okay? Watch this. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Likewise, younger ones, be subject, hupotasso, to older ones. Put yourself under them. And then watch what he says. And all being subject to one another. Everyone, he's saying, put yourself under each other. Same Greek word. Wives, yeah, sure, he mentions it, but you have to remember something. Just because he says something doesn't mean the opposite is true. Does that make sense? Sure, wives, be obedient. Put yourself under your husbands. Husbands, you got to do the same thing because that's what Peter says. All of you be hupotasso to one another. Hupoactive. Because if we start having that mindset, imagine this, guys. Imagine if instead of saying, it says here, you're to be obedient to me. You're to put yourself under me. Imagine if you had a change of mind that said, you know what? There are other scriptures too that tell me to put myself under her. Christ put himself under us and was beaten and crucified because he loved you so much. I think men have abused this verse, quite frankly. Don't get me wrong. I think clearly the Bible teaches, it says the woman is the weaker vessel. Duh, I mean, come on. I think we're talking physically here. We're talking physically. And also a woman, I mean, think about it. Some guy breaks into the house. Honey, take care of him. Come on. I mean, Carrie, come on. You know, someone breaks into the house. You know, who do you want to meet him at the door? Come on, you were bold to talk to them 2 weeks ago from back there. Now what are you saying, girl? Come on. You know, honey, I'm tired. Go beat that guy up and kick him out. You know, protect the kids while you're at it. I think we're just, let's just be honest and logical about that. But when it comes to this mindset of love, this mindset of tenderness, I think we're called to set ourselves under hupotasso. Now let's look at these unique words here. He says, put on humility, for God resists proud ones, but he gives grace to the humble. Put it on. Clothe yourself with humility. Philippians chapter 2, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. Now watch this. But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others as better than themselves. And the word there is huper-echo. Hupo means under, and huper means above. And so he's saying, let each of you esteem others as above yourself. Imagine if we all were doing that. No, I want to get under you. No, I want to get under you. I want to get under you. All of a sudden, we're on the bottom, and we're just saying, man, thank you, God, for your grace. Everyone is humble. Everyone is meek. Jesus said, learn of me because I'm meek and lowly in heart. What an incredible characteristic. What an incredible trait to have. Colossians continued, husbands, love your wives and do not be bitter against them. You know what 1 Peter says? It says, husbands, when you are bitter toward your wives, your prayers are hindered. That's what he says. Do not be bitter toward your wives so that your prayers are not hindered. God is serious about that, guys. And so often we're like, man, Lord, I pray you would just change her heart. Now we're bitter. And God said, prayer hindered. Prayer hindered. Prayer hindered? No. Be nice. Be nice. Love her. Ah, okay, now, talk to me. You know, that's God. What a beautiful, logical passionate God. So basic. Kids, listen to this, kids. Children, obey your parents in all things. In all things. God says, obey your parents. For this is well-pleasing to the Lord. Did you know that? When children obey their parents, God is just saying, that is so pleasing. It's so pleasing. Fathers, don't provoke your children, lest they be discouraged. Man, that's easy for me to do. Sometimes, man, I just get all in a hyperactive mood, have a little bit too much green tea, and I'll just be tickling my boys and go, no, stop! I'm like, uh-oh. I mean, I just get that way. I don't know. I do it to Carrie. I provoke her. You know what I mean? Valentine's Day. Man, wait till she gets it tonight. I'll be tickling her like crazy. But we just sometimes provoke, and sometimes we'll say things, and we'll say gouging comments to our children. I have to be so careful about that if one of them's a repeat offender. You know? So careful that to not say something that demeans them, discourages them, crushes their spirit. Man, how many times have I been a repeat offender? And God never says, what a dweeb. You know, you idiot. You're so dumb. Stupid head. Sleep outside for tonight. And watch, he says, fathers, don't provoke your children lest they be discouraged. Slaves, obey your masters according to the flesh in all things. And since this isn't really an issue in our society, you could pretty much apply it to your job situation. Obey your masters according to the flesh in all things, not with eye service, like, ooh, boss is here, act good. You know, it's kind of like that bumper sticker. Carrie and I just saw it the other day. It says, Jesus is coming, look busy, right? So foolish. What a foolish mentality, right? You know? He says, not with eye service. Not just when the boss is there. Look what he says. Not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. And whatever you do, do it with all your heart as to the Lord and not unto men. That's what he's saying. Whether it's loving your wife, do it with all your heart. Loving your kids with all your heart. Working at your job with all your heart. May your boss see your work and be so impressed and say, wow, that's a hard worker. You know, I was just talking with Ted. Ted runs a very successful landscaping business in Sacramento. And he says, man, I just can't stand it when my workers are slackers. I can't stand it. And may people never see us as Christians as slackers. But man, may they see us working our butts off for the Lord. And you see, man, there's a woman of integrity. She gets the job done. There's a man of integrity. He works all the way. He's not continually trying to take breaks, sneak off into the bathroom, the restroom. I'll never forget watching Dane cook. Why do they call it a restroom, Do people go there and just go, it's classic.